Hello everyone, welcome back. I got in the new Z9 magazine from Shield Arms for the Glock 43. Okay, Shield Arms, I've been really looking forward to getting this. The reason is because the standard Glock magazines for the Glock 43 are kind of neutered, right? It's a 6-round magazine, and I carry it with one in the chamber, so a total of 7 rounds. So compared to the, let's say, like a SIG 365, it's a 10-round magazine plus one in the chamber. So with the SIG 365, same gun size rather, you got 11 rounds versus 7 rounds over here. So that is one of the shortcomings of the Glock 43. I still prefer to carry the Glock 43. Main reason is because I built this and I have a lot of pride in this. So I prefer to carry this. Okay, so that's the reason. I mean, I was planning to get the SIG 365 at some point, but the reason why I'm probably going to keep carrying this, right? Because this is a gun that I built and I have a lot of pride in. And I live in a very low, I didn't mind carrying it with the 6-round magazine plus one in the chamber, and then a backup magazine. The reason is because I live in such a low crime area. The main reason why I carry is to assert my right to bear arms. Okay, so that's the reason why I carry. I don't carry because I really think it's likely I would ever need to use a gun for self-defense. However, better have it than wish you had it. Okay, so let's talk about the Z9. It's a 9-round magazine. And it's nice that they actually number the rounds for you, right? You got the numbers 4, 6, 8 on one side, and then 5, 7, 9 on the other side. So it's a 9-round magazine. It does have the little pinky extension here, which I don't like. I prefer the flush magazines, okay? It does have that little pinky extension. The reason why I don't like it is because when I sit in the car seat, I can feel that half inch, right? I have tried carrying it with the pinky extension. I prefer the flush bottom. However, if this works out, my idea is that I'm going to continue to carry it with the 6-round magazine. And then over here, the backup magazine will be this one, right? So the Z9 will be my backup magazine. So that's my idea. Now, the way they got 9 rounds in here is because the Glock factory magazines, it's an inner steel case. Basically, it's an inner steel body, and then it has a plastic outer case. Okay, so it's kind of like it's like 2 magazines basically, right? So what they did is they made the magazine all steel instead of steel with plastic on the outside, and by doing so, they created more space on the inside of the magazine, which is basically the same concept of the SIG 365, right? SIG 365. They built the magazine first, and then they built the gun around the magazine. Now, one of the issues that I'm looking for here, okay, is with these aftermarkets, and I've built a lot of these, so it's not just specific to one gun, and I have also verified this with other people on these aftermarkets, the feed ramp of the barrel when the barrel tilts up, the feed ramp comes down and it does strike the front of the magazine here, and it leaves a little impression on it. And it never jammed up the gun. The gun never jammed as a result of that. It definitely hits it. I basically filed it down, and once you file it down just a little bit, it gets it out of the way. You stop seeing any of those marks going forward. So with the plastic, because the plastic softer was able to kind of dig into it, and the feed ramp was able to, the barrel was able to move the way it's supposed to move. We're gonna see if that's going to be an issue today, right? Because obviously the steel is not going to absorb the impact of the feed ramp hitting it the same way that the plastic would, if that turns out to be the case. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for here. And I'm really hoping that Shield Arms tested out these aftermarket guns and incorporated that into the design when they built this. Okay, now the other thing to be aware of, you want to get the combo package, which includes a steel magazine catch. Okay, basically, no, magazine release rather. This thing over here, the standard magazine release is plastic on the Glock 43, and that's fine if you've got a plastic magazine, being held in place by a plastic magazine catch. However, once you got a steel magazine, right? And if that's now being held in place by a plastic catch, obviously the catch release, the magazine release is going to start wearing out, up against the steel magazine, right? So that's why you can't have a plastic magazine release on a steel bodied magazine. Okay, so I've not put it in there yet. I just going to take a couple of shots and see if this will work, or if I need to go back and kind of file this down a little bit over here. So let's put the ammo in here. I did bring out two. I got steel case and I got brass. It shouldn't make a difference, but let's load this sucker up. Take a couple of shots, and hopefully we will not have a problem. Now, I'm going to have to do a whole bunch of shooting on this before I consider carrying this magazine as a backup. Actually, before I even load this thing up all the way, let's just take a couple of shots and see if this thing's even going to work. Okay. So it goes in. Now, one of the things that to be aware of when you got these little pinky, basically the extended magazines, because this is an extended one, when your pinky goes on it, right, that can move the magazine. So that can cause issues, right, because there's going to be a little bit of movement there. And now by putting more pinky on it, so that's one of the problems that I have heard of with the SIG 365. When you use the extended 12-round magazines, there are jamming problems. Okay, so that's something to be aware of. Now, I prefer to carry with the flush one, just because when I sit down in the car seat, it doesn't stick out. I've tried carrying this with the pinky extension. Yeah, that little extra ½ inch, I can feel it when I'm sitting in the car seat. So if this works out, my goal is to carry the Glock 43 with a flush magazine, and then over here where I have my backup magazine, that backup magazine can be the Z9. Okay, so that's where I'm trying to go with this, right? So let's take a couple of shots, see how this works. Put in there. Put you in there. That okay. Put the lockout. Let me see any wear on the magazine. This is what we're looking for here. I look at that. I do not see any strikes on that. It looks like they took the aftermarkets into account when they designed this. Let me load up the whole magazine, because I didn't load up that magazine entirely. And yeah, now that I see that it's working, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to put the steel magazine release in there. Magazine catch. Yeah, no, magazine release. Magazine release. I'm gonna put this thing, I'm gonna put that in there, and I'm gonna test it out a whole bunch. And if that works out, I already spent this combination, magazine plus the magazine release, is $60. Right off the bat, I'm just gonna order 2 more off of Shield Arms, because this has value. This has some serious value. Actually, let me put one in the chamber too. So now we got 10 rounds. And let's see how we do. Lockout. This is good. I would really like if they made one that was flush, right? They could make one that is flush. I'd really like that. I may only get 1 extra round out of that, or 2 extra rounds, but I would rather carry a flush one and then have this one as the backup. You have backup on your body, backup in your car, backup in your office. You can. Great thing about magazines is you can plant a lot of these in lots of places. Realistically, even though I got lots of Glock 17s, 19s, realistically, if I ever do have to use a gun for self-defense, it's going to be this gun. It's not going to be my ARs, because this is the gun I got on. Well, maybe not this one right here, right? This whatever I'm carrying, it's going to be a G43 most likely, and whatever ammunition I have on me, that's what I got. Okay, so that's why this is really practical. Now this magazine really, really adds a lot of value to the Glock 43, because this was the shortcoming of this gun, the capacity. So we're gonna do a whole bunch of testing. This is just an initial impressions video, okay? Initial impressions, really not seeing any. This is what I was most concerned about. That was gonna be all bent out of shape or scratched up or starting to take a beating. And that's what I was concerned about, because on the factory Glock, you can see how, well, there it is. You can see how it strikes there, right? I've actually filed that down. It still hit it a little bit. I mean, the gun works, but it strikes it right there. So if anything, I can say that the Z9 appears to be an improvement over the factory Glock magazines. And the nice thing about it is they didn't go crazy. They didn't try to make it like 15 rounds or something. Because as these magazines get bigger, when you start getting into the extended magazines, the chances that you can have problems go up considerably. So they didn't go too crazy with this. In fact, I would be interested in a flush magazine that basically fits the gun like this. And if I have to give up a round or two, that would be fine. I'll because I'm not going to carry this magazine in the gun because it hits the car seat. But I will, if this continues to do as well, I will carry this as my backup magazine, and I'll get lots more of these. So far, looks like Shield Arms did a really good job with this Z9. As I understand it, this was actually the first project that they started, and then when Glock came out, I think with the 43X, they kind of put this project on the side, and they went and they made a 15-round magazine for that, and now they basically came back to this. Okay, so this was their original project, which they kind of put on the back burner, and now they've come back to this to complete it. And I'm really happy. I was not, quite honestly, I was not expecting for this to work so well. I was expecting I would have to modify this a little bit, but it's working, and it's working with steel case, what I was just shooting, right? Thanks for watching. If you're not a member of my channel, subscribe. Hit the bell button so you get notification of new videos, and also follow me on Odyssey, which is an uncensored platform. Odyssey is spelled ODYSEE.com, and my channel name over there is Pocono Tactical. On YouTube, I've got Absolute Guns. I also got Pocono Shooting as backup channels, to try and stay ahead of the censors. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all soon. Hey, real quick, I want to show you guys the magazine release from Shield Arms. I just got it in there. You can see how it's kind of checkered as compared to the factory one. That looks like that. Now, on this aftermarket, one of the things that I had to do is basically I did have to file the inside of the magazine release, because the problem that I was having with this is that it was really hard to get the magazine to release, and I'm seeing the same issue here. I mean, it'll release, but you just gotta press it really, really. There you go. You gotta push that thing really, really hard, and there you go. I mean, it's tight. And I'm not gonna, because that one was plastic, so that was really easy to do. Yeah, push this hard to get it out of it. Might get out of it. There you go. You gotta really push it in there to get it out. And I'm wondering, and some of you guys that have factory Glock 43s, you let me know if that's the same issue with the factory Glock 43s, or if this is specific to the got it out that time. Specific to the aftermarket. I'm not gonna rush to file this one down. The reason is because it's steel, so obviously it's a little bit more work. Secondly, I want to find out if there's a reason why Glock did this the way they did it. Maybe, I don't know, the spring weakens over time and they felt that they needed to make it so tight. I don't know, but I'm not gonna rush on it. If I'm not tired, I can get, because if you do this repeatedly, your thumb starts getting tired, you start missing it. But if you're a little better rested, there you go. You gotta really catch it in that corner over there to get it to release. But that's just if that really becomes annoying, that's just a matter of taking this out and just dremeling right over here. Just bring it in just a tad bit. I'm not going to rush to do that. I'm going to kind of see how I feel about this in the coming weeks. Since I got you guys back on video, let's take a few more shots with this. Load this up. I'm really excited about this. I gotta say, I am very, very, very excited about this. And I'm gonna contact Shield Arms and see if I can do a bulk purchase from them. And then this way, my customers that I train, they can also try this out, see how they like it. Wait, 9 in a. Yeah. Sometimes these steel cases, get a little bit of that problem. There you go. Just top this off. Okay. 10-round goodness, baby. There we go. So, yeah, talk to you guys soon. I'm going to keep practicing with this. I'll probably do a follow-up video with this in a couple of weeks. I'll let you know where I'm at with it. But so far, I'm feeling really good. Let's take another look at this mag. Yeah, look at that. No hits. That was my main concern, that was going to interfere with the feed ramp as the barrel tilts down the way that it was going to get hit. But yeah, that's working really good. I'll talk to you all soon.